to learn about ingredients and get them to learn some of the vocab. So this is sort of a simple thing just to identify some vocab, how to say avocado, how to say some salt, how to say lime, different things that they would need. So I'm going to search this, and it says cómo preparar el guacamole. Okay, I am going to choose this video in Spanish because, like I said, I am a Spanish teacher. You can see there's some things that come up. This is a 7-minute video here. There's some other ones that just because it's a search function, you know, it's finding some other words that have como in them. So maybe I need to change my search to just to prepare guacamole. This might give me something different. Okay, well, currently it looks like this one is the best. You can see there's 3 different options. I can copy it to my content. I can just use it, meaning that you know, I'm happy with this video and I want it. I don't know who this gentleman Kurt is. Maybe it's great, maybe it's not. So I'm going to hit play, and I'm going to take a look. Okay, as you can see, all of these green question marks, those are all questions. Okay, so I'm going to just play, and I would look through it. Okay, see how it is, see if I like it. Okay, so anyway, it seems like it's fairly good. He actually is comiendo rico. He likes, obviously he does some other of these videos. Maybe I could look for him on YouTube, etc. But so I'm going to go to this first one, and if you look, this is how a question pops up. So this is great, okay? It explains a lot of these things. I can click on use it, or I can copy, and it'll go into my account. So I'm going to click copy real quick, and then that brings it into my content. Okay, so here it is. Now I can play around with it and do whatever I want. Okay, so I'm going to click this, and then I'm going to click edit just to show you a few things. Okay, up here, first idea is to crop it. Okay, again, a 7-minute video for some of my high schoolers might be a little long. So after I watched it, maybe I would decide, you know what, this is probably more like, maybe I can just deal with 3 minutes of the video. Okay, so there I cropped it. And then maybe I want to add some audio to it. So this idea of audio track, this actually is kind of like doing a voiceover. So the video would still be playing, and then you would hear me. Okay, this is great if you happen to find videos that don't have audio. You know, maybe if there's a video for you know, some cultural place that you want to visit. This could work for Spanish, for human geo. Some other things too, that maybe the audio isn't that good, or it just doesn't have audio and it's just a lot of pictures or scenes. You can do that. This other idea here of audio notes, I like a lot, because this you can do at any point, and typically I've done it where it's sort of an introduction to it. So maybe, you know, let's say this video is really hard to understand for a certain level or certain students. So I could include audio notes here, and I could, whoops, we'll just cancel that. I could include audio notes here, and what that is it's sort of me introducing this video. So I could explain to them, okay, what you're going to see here in English or Spanish, what you're going to see here is how to prepare guacamole. This gentleman, Kurt, is going to explain how to make guacamole, a traditional Mexican guacamole. Boom. Just to give them some sort of an idea of what they're going to see. Okay? And then you can see this last one, this is quizzes. This is what I like to do personally. So, there. I'm going to go here to where I see the first question. Okay? Sometimes you'll actually find there are some good videos that have already been made. And so this first question says, where is this man in the video? Gives a couple of places. Great. I like that. I think that's a good one. Okay? So I'm going to click continue, and it'll go. If I click to the next one, okay, well, this one is a write-in question, okay? Maybe I don't want it to be a write-in. I want it to be just multiple choice. So I could then change this question, even though it is a good question, I could change it because I only want multiple choice questions. Great, I could do that. Or I could keep it as sort of an open-ended question, okay? Also, you could make a comment, okay? So maybe, for example, there's something you see in a video that you go, ooh, maybe my kids don't know that, or maybe I can reference a lesson that I've had in the past, and that would be great. So right here you could put some sort of a almost like a pop-up, like a comment, and let students know, hey, remember when we saw this the other day? Remember when I talked about this the other day? So anyway, whichever way you want to change it or adjust that, click Save. Okay, it says I'm about to remove some questions. That's fine, because here I just want to show you some things anyway. Again, click Continue. So the video goes. I'm going to click Continue. Okay, so there would be a perfect example. I know not all of you speak Spanish, but they used, or he used the verb deshuesar, which means to take out the pit. Okay, this is not a word that my students in Spanish 2 would know, so maybe I say, that might be a good idea to add sort of an audio note to that, or even perfect in the quizzes, I could add something right here where it is just a comment and it says something like, el verbo deshuesar significa sacar el hueso del aguacate. Okay, something like that. I click Save, and that would pop up right when the students would need to know that verb. Okay, so again, we can go through all of these things. I just cropped the video a little bit. I didn't do anything with the audio track because his is good. I like it. It's clean, it's clear, easy to understand. Audio notes, again, if there's something that I wanted to add, some sort of a voiceover to it while the video is paused, I could do that. And then again, the quizzes. So I always just click Save first, then I click Finish. Now you notice I can add it to a class. So I teach Spanish 2 and I teach AP. I also teach at Harper over the summers, and I gave a presentation at EdPuzzle, so I could put this one anywhere and just have my students then who are enrolled in my class could do it. Prevent skipping means that students who are watching this video cannot skip ahead. They cannot skip any questions. And also, of course, I could give it a due date because I want to make sure that my students watch it and know it by, let's say, tomorrow, Saturday, October 22nd. And I'm going to put this in EdPuzzle just because there were a few who did want to see it. I can also share this with anyone. So if I say, hey, I have a few colleagues who would love to do this, and this video works really well with the few other teachers that I have that work with me in Spanish 2, this link would be great. Or again, embed code. If you want to put this in any sort of LMS that you have, great, you can do it. You can tweet it, email it. Okay. I'm going to go back to assign to a class. Like I said, I'm going to put it with EdPuzzle, give it a due date. Okay, and then I'm going to click send. It's all there. So you can see now I'm in this EdPuzzle over here. You can see that I have a few different things. I have what they call, or I have 2 videos. Okay, this guacamole one is not fully complete. This tortilla de patatas one is. And then you can see here I have something that says project-based learning. Okay, whoops, excuse me. Right here in the middle, project-based learning. This is great because this is something that you can make your students do. Okay, so speaking of students, I'll get to that project in 1 second. But first I want to make sure you know to invite your students. Okay, so you can see I have a few classes over here on the side. So for example, I'm going to jump back to my Spanish 2, and then you can see my members here. So these are all the students that I have. Okay, I can see who's enrolled, who's in it. I can then also see, when I look at the videos, I can see who's watched them and those sort of things. Okay. Again, I'm going to jump back here to the EdPuzzle one where it says invite my students. Okay, this is something real quick that my students, obviously in a one-to-one school, are very familiar with. They know that they have to sign into a bunch of different accounts and a bunch of different classes, a bunch of different websites and a bunch of different apps. So for us, this is no big deal. I would just write this on the board, this Tuezbah, Tuezbah, write that on the code. They join EdPuzzle with their Google account, and then they type in this code, boom, they're in my class, okay? Or I could also copy this link. Again, I could email the link out. I could tweet the link out. If you happen to have Google Classroom, you could also share it to your classroom, okay? But again, it's just like anything that we do in the classroom where it's pretty simple, just grabbing a code, giving it to the students, writing it on the board, and then boom, they're in. Okay, again, I want to show you this idea of projects, okay? So I'm going to go back here to my content. Okay, it says assign, share, move to folder, and then create. When I put my cursor over create, there are a few different things that I could do. I could make a new video. Okay? I could upload a video. So maybe there's something that I have or I found from a different source. It's great. I mean, I can do that all sorts of different ways. Okay, and then there's this one here that's called Students Project. Okay, so I'm going to do one here that I'm going to call PHS Institute Day. Okay, and I'm going to say goal of my project is to have my adult learners turn in a video to me that they have created. Okay, instructions are going to be create a video during this time. Okay, I'm going to tag something as PHS. I'm going to tag it as Let's Go Knights. I'm going to tag it as Institute Day. Okay, and then I'm also going to tag it as Altworth. Okay, you don't have to add tags, but if you're doing something that is, you know, a food unit or something else, it might be a nice idea. I'm going to click this Save Project. Okay, and I actually want to add a class now, so I'm going to add one. It says Prospect High School, and I'm going to put Institute Day. Okay, check this. I'm going to add it to that, and I'm going to also put a due date on it. Our Institute Day happens to be Halloween, so I'm going to put Halloween and it's due by midnight. Okay, there it is. So now what students will have to do, okay, is when they get on theirs, on their account, and they are in my class, they'll be able to click on this, and there will be this button here will say Start. So what it is they will have to go and search, okay, for some sort of a video, okay, and over here, if you look to the left, I first searched in EdPuzzle, but maybe there's a Khan Academy video that you love, okay. For Spanish, there's not much that I use with Khan Academy, so I don't know Khan Academy very well. But National Geographic, though, has some wonderful videos, so maybe I want to look for Barcelona, okay. Look, they got some great ideas. This idea of a human pyramid is very cultural in Barcelona. It's got a wonderful thing. They're called castellers. Takes place during special times throughout the year, a bunch of festivals and things like that. So anyway, search a video, and again, you can find it all over the place. Okay, Veritasium, number file. You know, again, I don't know all these, but these ones would be hopefully great things that can help you. You know, not just language. Okay. Also, this other idea, My School, I think this is really, really powerful. If you get colleagues involved in this, you'll see I have a lot of different coworkers who are in this. Okay, Michelle Foncino, Allison Jonesy, Alan Warren, Frank Mirandola, Terry Bazinski's in it, and then pretty much all the world language teachers are in it. Okay, so it's great because I can look at what has Lee done, what has Karen done, what has Cindy, okay, and I can see all of these people and their content. Okay, I can also invite some colleagues. Maybe I say, hey, I don't see, you know, another teacher here. Maybe we should invite her. Maybe we should have her in there. Okay, so yeah, that's what.